Okay, I want to hear about your experience with Donahue. So tell us what Donahue's like in person.
First of all, he's the same way in person as he is on what you see on the show.
Yeah.
But what happened was I was doing a fashion segment, an entire hour-long segment, and it was like how to dress for your mate. So I had all these models in lingerie. It was an hour-long fashion show, and we had couples on, and they were talking about what do you want your mate to wear, and I had models in fashions. But what happened was the producer of the show, right before the models were going to come out, changed the order. Now, I had cards, and I was sitting there, and I knew exactly what each one had on and what I was supposed to say. But before they came out, she changed the order. So when they came out, I'm seeing them, and I have to now just talk spontaneously, and so, for an hour. So it was quite an experience. Now, no one ever knew this about that show because no one knew, except but it was quite something. So, but one thing I learned about doing television is you've got to be ready for anything. Expect the unexpected.
Stay in line if you want, but you don't have to. Luckily here, it's not like the weather we had in New York or Dallas. It's not going to be 95 degrees with humidity, so it's not so bad. But you are more than welcome to leave. The wristband gives you a spot in line. And once again, we do group interviews. When you go in there, there'll be groups of 12, and you'll each have a very limited amount of time to tell us who are you, what's your show, and why should you be hosting it. It's just that simple. Part of being a good host is knowing how to talk in front of people, knowing how to get your point across succinctly. And if you see us do this, wrap it up. We're not seeing who can talk the longest. That's not part of the show. And if you go to any talk show or any nighttime show, a lot of times you'll see the director behind the camera guy doing this. Oprah, wrap it up. Got to go to commercial. So that's part of being a host as well. So don't feel bad if you see us do this. That doesn't mean we're bored or we hate you. It just means we got a lot of people and everyone's going to get the equal and same amount of time. All right, here we go. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, ma'am. What's that? There are lovely porta potties back there that you're more than welcome to use. I recommend waiting till you get your wristband, then you're more than welcome to go. Oh, as far as the wristbands, let's say you get number 20, and you go for whatever reason, and you come back wearing number 40, that just means you'll be next. You have not lost your spot. So once again, your numbered wristband is your place in line. So, but don't come back at 6 o'clock. We'll be done. Come back roughly. We have a little piece of paper that tells you when. Yes, ma'am.
How much time do we have for our audition?
The question was, how much time do you have for your audition? Limited. It's not like we have a stopwatch and we're going, go. I mean, you'll get the vibe. You'll kind of go, okay, here we go, that kind of thing.
How do you work callbacks?
Good question. Callbacks. If you're going to get a callback, you will get a callback today. It is not American Idol. You will not know the moment you leave. We're not giving out any golden tickets or tickets to Vegas or any of that kind of stuff. They'll tell you all this at the table, but when we're done, we'll say thank you very much. Leave your cell phones on. If we're going to call you, we will call you today. For the most part, the callbacks are tomorrow. So leave your cell phones on. There's nothing worse than we call you, and then you don't call us back till 6 o'clock tomorrow, and we're done. And you missed your spot.
What are you looking for?
One at a time. Yes, ma'am.
What are you looking for?
The callbacks will be back in Los Angeles, in that area. For some of you, that's great. Some of you, sorry. The question was, how many will be called back? As many as we like. Meaning, we don't have a quota. We're not going to lower the bar just to make sure we see at least 50 people. If there's only 2 that fit what we're looking for, then 2 of you. If there's 200, then 200 of you.
Excellent.
Pretty easy. The timeline for the callbacks is tomorrow. Meaning, if we have 200, we have to go a lot longer. I'd rather not. I'd rather it be less, but, we're going to see. It's my job. We're going to see as many people as we need to see.
What happens at callback?
At callbacks, what happens? You'll find out if you get a callback. Leave a little mystery in it. The question is, should we still stay in the area? That is completely up to you. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and tell everyone, you better stay here in case you get a callback, because then you're mad at me that you didn't get a callback. However, don't get mad at me if you booked your flight to leave tomorrow at noon, and then we schedule you for 4 o'clock. So, do the best you can, and with the only attitude you want. Some people think it's jinxing it if you get a hotel for tonight. Other people think, no, I'm going to know about my day. It's completely up to you. But the callbacks will be tomorrow in Los Angeles. Question is, if you call the cell phone and you don't pick up, what do? We will leave a message. It's not like just too bad. Wow. you get to call today, when we're done.
No, I mean, by what time should we expect?
By the time we call, I think if I'm calling you at 11 o'clock saying you got a call back, you'll be happy. We only call back with good news. No one wants to call and say, hey, it's Scott with Oprah. Yeah, you did, man. Yes, ma'am, right here.
I'm part one of a two-man show. If man two is on their way, can I get a wristband?
Part one of a two-man show. I don't know what that means.
There's two people. My friend's on her way. If I get a wristband, can it?
You're asking if you can get an extra wristband for your friend?
Or if we go as a group, or how does it work? Or do I get an extra wristband?
We only give wristbands to people whose wrists are here.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be mean, but we have to keep it that way. If your friend gets here at 8, they'll get a wristband. We will see everybody today. I promise you, we will see everybody. So if they're not here, I can't give you a wristband.
But we're like the same show. We're duets.
No duos.
No duos.
You must try out as an individual. This is not Donnie Marie. You have to be yourself. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's on the website. You have to try out as an individual.
After we get our number, where logistically do we know where to line up?
After you get your number, you want to know where to line up?
I mean, do you just come up in line and assume that
We will take care of all that as we give you wristbands. Honey, you're in the front. You're going to be seeing very soon, so you don't need to worry about it. Yes, ma'am.
Casting director, extremely hilarious.
Are there a certain amount of people that we're looking for? Well, 10 people will make it on the show. It could be, the whole cast could be from right here in LA, that's correct. I mean, seriously, my job is to get the 10 best people for the show. I don't care where they're from. Alright, we got a lot of questions, so I've never had this many callers. Last one, sir.
What if our show idea is different from what we wrote down? Do we have to...
What if your show idea is different than what you wrote down?
Yeah, like what if I go up there and I say something totally different from what I wrote
That's fine.
down? Okay.
That's completely okay. Once again, most of the stuff will be answered when you get up there, and if it's not, then we feel like you don't need to know. It's you know, it's on a need-to-know basis. Not to be mean, but, you know, you'll get a call back today, sometime. Hopefully it's good. Most importantly, when you get up there, as I said, you have a limited amount of time, so use it wisely. Be energetic, be outspoken, and get to the point. Meaning, you should be able to tell your show very quickly. If it takes you 3 minutes to explain your show, not a good sign. So get to the point of what your show is and have fun with it. And once again, thank you guys so much for coming out. We're going to do the wristband.
Okay, young man, tell me your name.
All right, I'm Justin. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, and I'm here about to audition for Oprah's own show. So I'm so excited to be here. I'm here with Angela. I'm freezing cold, by the way. But I'm here for Oprah, and I'm here to get my own show. So who wants to watch me? Who wouldn't want to watch me? That's the better question.
Well, why should we watch you?
Why wouldn't you watch me? That's the better question. I'm funny, I'm smart, and I'm handsome. So those are the triple threat.
Is that what your mama told you?
She told me too.
Okay, so now I noticed that you're probably, if you're not the youngest person, you've got to be one of the youngest people that's out here.
Yeah, but
Did you notice that?
I am probably one of the youngest people here, and I bring the youth. I bring the funk.